Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I will continue with where we left off, and this is the fifth episode of the Upright with Flutter series. So in this video what we'll do is basically we will implement the delete and the edit functionality of the database, and we will complete the to-do application. So the main function of our to-do application will get completed, and then we will start with the functions and any other uh, abilities or the any other features that is provided by Upright. So let's get started. Okay, so if you see my screen, we have this page where we are getting the to do from the server, and then we have a add page where we can add a new to do. Now if I click on this button, it is updating it in this place, right? But when I restart, it will again reset it to false. So what we need to do is we need to implement the insert operation or the update operation. So let's see how to do that. Let's go to the home screen. Now in the home screen we have this checkbox, and inside this checkbox we have this set state provided to value, right? So when we are doing this, instead of directly changing the value, what we will do is we will write a function which will say toggle or to do toggle to do. Okay, and then we will pass the id, and we will pass the is done value. So is done value, we don't have to pass the is done, we just have to pass the value. Okay, value. Okay, value. Now id, right? So from the index what we'll get, we will get created at description, title, user id. Okay, okay. So now you will find that this is a bit issue, because this id, this ticket that has been created, right, or the to do that has been created has a particular id. So we need those particular id. So in order to take that from the database, what we need to do is we need to go to the to do model, and then we have to add a string id. Okay, then required this dot id. Okay, now from JSON we will do this. Okay, so it's taking from JSON. Okay, required, right? So let's do one thing. Let's remove it from required. ID we make it late. Okay, so it means we will later implement this, and then instead of doing this, right? So whenever we are doing this data, so let's see what we can do. To do model, set id. Okay. uh okay, from JSON, let's see from where we are calling this function to do model. Okay, we are calling it here to do model.json to list data. Okay, from JSON. Okay, let's not add here. What we do is we just add a string id, because we don't have that in here. So it will be id equals to id, and then here I don't need lead, and then I can just add required out here. So required this dot id. Okay, so now it will be this dot id equals to id. It says this dot id equals to id. Why not? Okay, this id. Okay, id, id. Why? Let's see. Okay, title, let's not make changes here for now. Let's keep it as it is. Let's remove this. Okay, let's just go back to where we did start. Okay, now here it takes a string id. Okay, So to do model, what does it say? It says non-nullable field ID must be initialized. Okay, temp ID. Okay, what does it say? Non-nullable field ID has to be created. Okay. Mhm. We have to do this. So ID equals to temp ID variable. So what does it say? Okay. So let's do this. Oh, got it, got it, got it. Yeah, fine. Okay. So now that we have this, we will go back to this part and then I will just add e dot id. Okay. Okay. Good, document id. Now we need to go to the to do provider. Here in update we will take the index. Okay, so it says I'm taking the index and I'm taking the to do model, right? So that's fine. I will take the whole to do model and then I will add it to that index. And now what I have to do is database helper dot instance dot update to do, and then I will pass the to do itself, as well as I have to pass, yeah, I can just pass the to do, that's fine. Now I will create that to do update to do function here. Now here I have to write async. Okay, now I need to update the to do. Okay, so let's see database init, that's fine. Try away database dot update document. I have the document, I have the collection, I have to do dot id data, I have this is done, is done. Okay, catch rethrow. Okay, fine. Okay, let's see if we have done everything properly or not. Okay, let's come to this part. Toggle to do, no, with okay, so here what it will be is it will be to do provider dot update to do. Now in update to do it says index, so id is index, no, so we have to pass the index. Okay, then value as in it's a bull, but I don't have to update the value. What I have to do is I have to just pass this to do index. Okay, copy that, paste it, fine. It will come here, it will come to this part, it will update, it will change the to do from there to this part, and then it will go to update, it will create this thing and everything will sort out. So it will update. Now let's see, let's keep our browser handy. Okay, so we will get the browser, not this one, browser, this part. Okay, here I go back, note keep, then I come back to this page, database, go to database to do. Okay, so now it's false, right? So it's 1 and false. Okay, now let's update it and check. Okay, so if we have done everything right, it should have updated till now. So let's see what we have done wrong. Oh, it has updated. That means when we come back here and just reload it, yeah, so it has updated the value. Now let's say I update this also. Okay, now I will just reload the page. Yeah, see, it's done, has changed to true. So our update function is working fine. Now what we need to do is we need to implement the delete option. So to implement the delete option, we just have to do a simple thing. Here I have to go to the home screen and then I have to go to this list item, and then leading, it's okay, fine. Trailing, so in the trailing I will just wrap this with a row, and then after this text I will have a icon button, or it's a delete. Okay, so delete icon button, B will be capital. Okay, then is to do, it will remove the index. Okay, that's fine. Now after removing, it has to also delete from the database, right? So we have to write database helper dot instance dot delete to do. Now we have to pass the, okay, before that I have to remove it, right? I have to remove that. Before that, what we have to do is I have to pass on underscore to do index.id. Okay, now I have to create a delete method. Now in the delete method, what I will do is I will make it a async function. Okay, now I will delete it. So simple. What I am doing is I have the database ID, I have the collection ID, I have the document ID. Now I just have to call the API. Now since I'm not waiting for the response from this data, I can instantly update it in my server, or in, sorry, in the front end. So let's see if it works fine or not. So see, we have an issue here. It says it's a render issue. So I know basically why it has happened. We have used row. Here we have to show minimum size, max main axis size is minimum. Yeah, you see, we have this. So in the delete button, I can give a color. So colors dot red. So once I have done that, it will look much nicer. Okay. So let's now delete it. So let's now delete to do two. Okay, done. Let's go back to our code. Let's go back to Safari and then reload the page. Yeah, and we have deleted the file successfully. So yeah, it was a very simple process. There was nothing much to be done. Just we have to create a function and directly delete it from the normal database that we have, or the normal provider data that we have. So by with this we have completed the CRUD operation. So all the operations has been completed. In the next video we will start with the functions, or else we will see the other type of authentication, which is Google Auth or Apple Auth. Okay, so till then, thank you for watching, and I will meet you guys in the next video.